The venerable and seemingly immortal racing sim Assetto Corsa is set to have a successor release later this year. This news has been received with a mix of excitement and suspicion from its fans, as little is known about EVO to date. So today I'm going to be sharing some thoughts as someone who has been deeply immersed in the Assetto Corsa and Kunos communities for many years. And more importantly, I want to spark dialogue in the video comments and give you a chance to share your thoughts, your expectations, fears, or anything else relating to Assetto Corsa EVO. But for my part, I'm going to share my own thoughts on two of the most common questions I see posed about Assetto Corsa EVO. Will there be mods, and why do we need Assetto Corsa EVO when Assetto Corsa 1 pretty much has everything? The inclusion or exclusion of the possibility of third-party mods is going to be one of the most important decisions Kunos makes in the design strategy behind EVO. And we already have an answer, sort of. In an interview with Traction, Kunos' Marco Mazzaruto said that, quote, "Modding is definitely one of the open topics on the table," and went on to say, "What we want to prevent this time is abuses in how some Assetto Corsa modding is being used, because we don't like to see stolen content from different sims." It's a vague statement, and the different sims in question could be a reference as obvious as the mod car rips from the likes of CSR Racing, or as nuanced as Kunos' own products. Track and car rips from Assetto Corsa Competizione, or mods in the vein of Custom Shaders Patch, which tinker with Kunos' own work, may hit close to home and be something they want to avoid with EVO. So even if there are mods, there may be less mods, or restrictions to what can be modded and how they are created or shared. I don't think it's out of the range of possibilities to imagine there could be some sort of approval or validation process for mods. But based on Marco's statement, I don't expect a wide open market for mods that we have for Assetto Corsa 1. Which brings us to the question, do we need them? As someone who's made a mini career on YouTube showcasing mods for Assetto Corsa and likely invested up to $1,000, maybe more, into building my collection, it may surprise you to hear me say that I don't think Assetto Corsa EVO needs mods. I'm a fan of Assetto Corsa Competizione, which doesn't allow mods. It's possible, even advantageous for developers to create a complete game without depending on community input. A related point that people sometimes forget is that when the door to EVO opens, the door to Assetto Corsa 1 does not close. In theory, the innumerable hours spent creating mods by thousands of talented people around the world, and the sizable economy that our community has created in purchasing these mods, will remain relevant. 10 days or 10 years from now, and irrespective of what happens with Assetto Corsa EVO, we can keep playing and supporting the expansion of Assetto Corsa. So for my final take on this topic, I would love it if there was a way to port AC1 mods to EVO. I understand Kunos needs to protect themselves and their products by regulating mods to some degree, but a means of grandfathering in the reputable mods from the original AC would be a massive showing of support from Kunos to their existing community. So why do we even need Assetto Corsa EVO? 10 years of development and community support have grown Assetto Corsa into the most expansive racing sim ever. Nearly any car and track combo from any era in any condition can be played here. So why do we need something newer? Well, let's not conflate expansive with perfect. There are several things I would look forward to in a new Kunos game. Things like a more refined damage model, native weather and time of day systems, a proper career mode, improved AI, modern supercars and hypercars scratch-made, modern race series like WEC, and I'm sure there's more. In fairness, most of what I've listed is available in Assetto Corsa 1, but many are paid add-ons or not of the same quality level we would expect from a modern sim. So having any or all of those as part of Assetto Corsa EVO would surely elevate it above Assetto Corsa 1, at least in some facets. That's something I would look forward to, and hopefully Kunos can make this happen with the upcoming successor. So those are my high-level thoughts about the two most common questions I see relating to Assetto Corsa EVO. Quiet confidence of Kunos through the development phase thus far makes me think we may be on the cusp of something great. Assetto Corsa 1 has been so good for so many years, and I plan to continue enjoying it for many more years. And the door's still open for a proper successor to AC1. Kunos doesn't disappoint, and I believe the release of EVO later this year will fall somewhere in the range between good and excellent. Mods would certainly be a welcome feature as they've defined the original AC and helped build Kunos' fan base, but I'm of the opinion that greatness is possible with or without mods. But let me know your own thoughts and opinions in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.